What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? We tuning in for another video, man. And today, it's gonna be a story time. Just like I told y'all, man. Y'all see the title. Man, I'm finna set the camera down, give y'all story time, cause I'm gonna start doing this, man. Like I said, to bring y'all to my life. Y'all can get to know me a little more. Some of y'all know me. Some of y'all think you know me. And some of you don't. So I'm finna set y'all down. We're gonna get to the story. Alright, y'all, we checking in, man. And let me see. Set up, man. Anyway, we'll see right here. But yeah, we checking in, y'all. Like I said, y'all see by the title. I'm finna give y'all a story on this, man. This junk here was wild. This was wild. The only time that this happened, and it ain't gonna never happen no more. You best believe that. But like the title said, man, the time I ran from the police, like legit ran from the police. Man, I figure, let me see. Well, to give y'all a little backstory first. Of course, it's behind trapping. It's behind trapping. I give you that much. If you don't know what trapping is, man, it's selling drugs. We're gonna say that, called trapping. Not a particular type of drug, but whatever you selling, call it trapping. That's what we call it here in the South, Georgia, other state. But anyway, and I was actually in college. My 1 year of college, I call it a tour. I say I was just on tour, man. Cause I ain't want to be there though. I should not went. But that's a whole nother story. But give y'all a little backstory, man. Like I said, I don't come from no bad home and none of that. You know, I used to be in the project sometimes, still with my granddad house. But I don't come from no bad home and all of that. But you know, you find your own way. You intrigued by certain things. I had cousins and stuff that trap this and that. So you know, you intrigued. Just like a lot of people, I was intrigued by flashy stuff, man. I always liked wheels, like I said, low riders, seeing them go up and down the street on the spokes and stuff like that. So I was intrigued by this stuff. And you know, in high school, man, all the box Chevy been one of my favorite cars, man. I will always own a box Chevy. People don't know that. I've been loving box Chevy since I was in school. Like box Chevys and Grand National, like my top two favorite cars, like for real. But I always wanted a box Chevy, man. You know, my parents wouldn't get me one, none of that. And then they got me a Honda Accord, man. So I ain't finna get into that story. I'm gonna stay on hand. But basically, I started trapping like my 11th grade year in high school, man. So, and I used to do crazy stuff, man, which they're gonna be another story time. With, you know, I look back now like, man, you crazy for doing that. But basically, I started trapping in 11th grade, and I was going in and stuff, and then I was trapping in 12th grade too. And then after that, you know, I went to college. I was like, okay, I'm trying to do the right thing. Cause I mean, I was smart. I'm a smart man too, so that way I ain't never get caught. But I was like, man, if my parents, more so, I like my mom or my grandma. I'm gonna tell you, really, my grandma. I like, man, my grandma found out, she'd be so disappointed. My grandma dead and gone, lost it this year, man. Rest in peace to my grandma Harriet. I was like, man, my grandma, cause she was a big part in raising not only me and a lot of my cousins and stuff too. But I was like, she found out she'll be hurt. So I was like, I'm gonna do the right thing, man. I stopped, this and that, went to college. I wasn't working, none of that. Cause when I was trapping in high school too, I worked at Captain D's too. I mean, it was a good cover, but like I was buying TV and stuff for my car and all of them had PlayStation 2 in my car and all that stuff. But I was like, man, I got to college. If you been to college, you know you ain't working that junk rough, man. Especially when you ain't got no parent that giving you. Like, my parents didn't give me nothing like that. Like, my parent was the type of parent, I'm gonna give you what you need. Like, through high school, man, I started buying my own clothes, my own shoes. I bought all this stuff. But I was like, man, I got in school. I'm like, man, this ain't it. And I went to school that one year at University of West Georgia, Carrollton, Georgia, man. So if any of my people from Carrollton on here, y'all know, they know Carrollton. Hey, them boys in Carrollton, they get it in, man. I say that. They got their own, I don't know if they still got it, but they had their own task force just for marijuana. Cause it was that serious. Cause when you come to Interstate 20, Carroll County is the first county you hit in Georgia when you coming off of 20, if I remember right. Coming interstate from 20 West, Carroll County is the first county you gonna hit. So stuff coming in basically, like, and that was my first time when I was in the county, man. I seen other strands of like green, like exotic and stuff. Called when I was in school, I would back then mid grade was in. That's what it was, mid. Mostly everybody had mid. You had a few people had Reggie, but I carried mid, and I would get some hydro sometimes. They got different forms of hydroponic plant, but around our way, there nobody had dro. So I would get like little 50 packs, 100 packs of dro and stuff, and break it down and stuff. But I was like, man, so I was like, this ain't it, man. Ain't got no money, ain't nothing shaking, I ain't working. Man, I need some work. I'm like, I need some work. You go back to, alright, my hustle, like always entrepreneur type stuff. So I was like, man, I need some work. So another guy was up there. We from the same hometown. He about 3 years older than me. But I knew him, and he had a buddy that was plugged in. He had been up there 3 years, so he done, you know, he know everybody, know who and this and that. So he basically set me up, got me some work, and you know, I got that, and I started breaking down, started selling this and that. Me and my partner from Decatur too, man, I was in this dorm, he was right beside me. I had a roommate, man, I don't know, he was into some other stuff. He ended up leaving, and he ended up leaving, man. I don't know, he didn't come back to the room for the remainder of the year, the second semester. He didn't come back to the room, so I basically had a dorm by myself. And my buddy, he did too. So, you know, he was moving too, like both of them were moving. I'm talking about moving. Right here beside each other. Me and him, y'all see us together all the time. So we were moving it. And I never forget, we was across campus. And it was somebody snitched, man. It's the way this happened. Like, it's crazy. We was across campus one night. University of West Georgia different now. Cause my little sister actually graduated from there. But it's a whole lot different now. But I stayed in Rowell. If you know about the camp, you're going to know what I'm talking about. I stayed in Rowell Hall. I think they done tore it down or it's something else now. But I stayed in Rowell. And we was across campus where that McDonald's at. It's a McDonald's right there. Sit on the corner by the stoplight. We used to walk all the way across campus, go to McDonald's. So we was on that side, way on the other side of the campus. And we sitting on a little bench right there. It late, man. It's late as hell. Like, you know, and University of West Georgia, they got the campus police, but they had real officers that would come on the campus and stuff too, patrol the campus. Called, you know, it wasn't just us, it probably other people moving it too, but yeah, we sitting out there with let me think, we sitting out there with a couple of chicks. They was in the other hall, Roberts. They was in Roberts. They tore Roberts Hall down, man. We used to call that the hood. They tore Roberts Hall down though, but they was in Roberts, and we was seeing them two, me and my boy from Decatur, and you know, we had rolled a few up. We had a few in rotation. I had some work on me. I ain't have a lot, most of us in the room, but I had a little. I maybe had a quarter or an ounce or something on me. It was enough to get you in trouble. I had a quarter or an ounce. I don't know how much my bro had on. But we rolling up, we firing up, boom boom. It's late, man. It's really morning. You know, after 12, we ain't expecting to see nobody. And man, this man, I don't know where he come from, where he parked at or whatever. He bust out in the middle of nowhere. We just see a flashlight. Boom. Flashlight. He said, hey. And we still, we know what we turn around like. Oh, they went on turn around. It's police. Threw the lad blunt down, and she stepped on it. She had it on her foot. But you know you can smell this stuff in the air. So this man came around, right? After he said, hey, he just walked up. We sat still on the bench. He ain't say nothing to none of us. He just started walking around shining the flashlight on the ground. He ain't said a word. We already knew what he looked for. He shined the flashlight on the ground. Then ain't said nothing. We sitting there quiet. Everybody sitting there quiet, looking straight. Looking at this man shining the flashlight on the ground. And me and my boy done gave each other the eye like, man, we got to work on it. You know, he'll just whatever. We got to work though. So he said, what y'all doing over here? This was an officer. He said, what y'all doing over here? And we were like, we just came from McDonald's. I think it was 24 hours too. We were like, we came from McDonald's, getting something to eat. And he like, what hall y'all stay in? So we told him in the hallway across campus. So he like, man, y'all alone? No, he asked what hall we was in first. We told him, he was like, y'all way on the other side of campus. What you doing over here? Like, we had came from McDonald's. He said, okay. I know he smelled it. So he like, well, y'all need to get back. Y'all need to get back to y'all side. So we like, she got to get up. The blunt on her foot. She got to get up. So I got up. I was sitting on the end. Me and my boy got up first. And we started walking fast. Then when she got up, and they walking fast, she got up. He shined the light on the ground and he saw it. And he was like, hey. And he started after, man, we struck out. If y'all remember, it's a big field. I don't know if it's still right there. They had like a little gazebo right there. Cause you go through the yard. It's something called a yard. But man, we ran through that field, man. We struck out. We was in front. We struck out, man. And then, man, luckily, I mean, we were gone, man. It was over with. It's over with. I don't know if he got one of them or not. I can't remember, but we were gone. I was like, we got to work. We got to go. So we dipped through the path. Went back to the room. We went through the back around. Went up the stairs. Went through the back, the parking lot, cause we had to work on it. We're like, man, we got to throw it work. So stashed it in the room, and man, I called my homegirl. We went to school together. She like a sister to me. We from the same hometown too. And I said, man, I need to come to your room for a second, cause she stayed in Roberts. I like, I need to come over there. So we put it in there, and we came back out the back. We like, we got to go. Running back down the stairs, and we came downstairs, bust that left, and it's a little hill right there. And then you connect to the road that go around to the upperclassmen room. Tires. You go to the tires building. Man, boom, they hit the light on the police right there. It's a different one. What y'all running for? And I forgot what we said, but I'm like, man, what the chances? We said something, man. He said, all right, y'all need to get to where y'all need to be. So, cause it late, man, late. So we dip. We go to Roberts, and we sitting in there. I'm like, man, that wild, man. I stayed in there, man. I'm like, I'm chilling. I stayed in there. So, late, went back to the room, and the next day, I ain't go to class, man. I was chilling, and then I can't remember what time it was. It was daylight, but white guy we used to serve, both of us used to serve. I can't remember his name. He came, man. I heard somebody beating on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Like, man, what is? Man, I opened the door. He said, man, I'm just letting you know, man, police out front. I said, what? So I ran. We had them little pool. It might have been around 3 or something. We had them little pool little window, the old school, you pull them out. Man, I looked through the blind. It was 3 police cars in the front of our building, and they were getting out with a dog. True story now. Let me make sure it's still recording. Let me see y'all still recording. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it was 3 police cars, Carroll County police cars, and pulled up in front of our building with a dog. I'm like, oh, man, I had a big thing of time. And I looked at the time, it was around the time One of my other homegirls, she was coming through. She was I was like, man, she should be walking from class across the yard. Cause Rowell was right there where the yard is, where everybody hang out. Man, I had a big thing of Tide, one of them big washing powders, the big one. Man, I took all my work. I probably had a quarter pound or something. I can't remember how much at the time I had left. But I stuffed it in the washing powder at first. Like I just put it on the washing powder, cause like maybe the dog won't smell it. I knew where they were coming. Like I wasn't coming from nobody else. You know about everybody in the dorm. So I'm like, man, I stuffed it. And this was the day after. This was the day after. That's why I'm like, man, what, something. That's why I figured one of them girls might have got it. I don't know, got caught or something. But anyway, we don't know. Stuffed it in the washing powder. And I opened the door, I was about to go. I said, nah, that ain't it. I got paranoid. I closed the door right quick. I got it out. I'm looking at them through the blind. When I see they came in the door, I knew it was going to take them a little second to get to our floor. When I see them come through the door, and the door shut, I pulled the window open like this, and I stuck it out, and I dropped it right there in front of my window. I dropped it right there in front of my window. Boom, in the grass. I dropped all of it. So I called, I ran out next door. I was hitting on my boy's door. Boom, boom, boom. He opened it. This true story now. He opened the door real quick. Boom. He swung the door. He said, nigga, we gotta go. I said, yeah, we gotta go. So we jetted out. Left out the building. While we going downstairs, I called my homegirl. I said, where you at? You coming from class? She like, yeah, I'm walking across the yard. I said, good, perfect time. I told her, I said, I need you to go by my window, cause she knew where my window was at. I said, you need to go by my window, it's on the front. I said, pick my work up. I said I had to drop it, so pick my work up. So she went by, she got it. And then, man, we were gone the whole day. The whole day. We came back at night. I chilled over there in Roberts again. I chilled in my my two homegirl room. And then we got back. I got my work. We got back. And that was the next day. We got back, got with my white guy. He came through. He told her, he said, man, they came straight to y'all room. Straight to our room. They went in my room, went in my homeboy room, they went through our stuff, they came straight to our room with the dog. So I was like, man, that was just God. After that, y'all, I stopped trapping. That's exactly how I stopped trapping. I sold the rest of my stuff, man, and I stopped trapping. Like, that was it. I ain't touched nothing since then, man. Like, and to me, like I said, I wasn't the biggest. I call myself a nickel and dime hustler. Even if you making a couple $1,000, I'd be like, that's a nickel and dime hustler to me. Like, I wasn't nothing like you see on no American Gangster, no kingpin making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I wouldn't let it. I call it, even if you making under hundreds or something, I call it nickel and dime hustle. So I'm nickel and dime hustle, man. I just made money to do the stuff I wanted to do, had the things I wanted to have and stuff. But like I said, I'm like, man, in the end, I'm intelligent. It wasn't worth it. I felt like there was a sign from God. I'm like, I done had this stuff happen back to back. Like, I never ran for no police. I ain't had to, especially when I was in my hometown, man. I was so low key and smart with it. Didn't nobody know. So, except a few people and who I was serving. But like I said, man, I had never had to run from no police. And then, like I said, then having police come to my room with the dog and stuff. I'm like, back to back. So I was like, man, that's a sign from God, man. Either I can take it or I can just keep going. And then I probably end up locked up or got in some trouble. Like, I knew it would have definitely get thrown out of school. But if they would have caught me then, it would have been both thrown out and locked up. So, they just part of come with it or whatever. So, man, that's my story. That's a true story. Like, back when I was trapping, like, it's some stories before then when I was in high school, but that's another day. That's another day. But man, that's the time I ran from the police and all of that. And it just wild, man. Like I said, I did a lot of stuff. Hustlers and ambitious, man. That's all I can say. I did a lot of stuff, man. People look at how you act now and whatever. They don't even know. They don't know what you done did, what you about, and all of this stuff, man. Or if you smiling all the time, you happy. People think you weak, this and that, and people just don't know the half, man. 'Cause I got some more stories, man. I got some almost war stories, and I got stuff, man. But like I said, we're gonna stay tuned in, man. Y'all let me know If y'all enjoy the story time and this and that, say all true stories, all true facts. You know West Georgia, Carroll County, you know what I'm talking about. Somebody will be able to relate and know what I'm talking about. But like I said, man, it's all true story. Like, I ain't make up none of that. I ain't fabricate none of that. All really have. It's just something to laugh about now, though. But yeah, that's it, man. That's my story time. Let me know if y'all like this. Y'all want me to keep this up and all of that. And we'll keep it rolling, man. So that's it. Catch y'all later. I'm out.